There we go. You didn't make it back in time. All right, Mr. Crisper, how are you, sir?
I am sending this link out right now, so hold on, let me hop
That's
back.
fine. Don't do what
Hey,
you gotta
man,
do.
what's happening, Greg?
Let's see. How's everything? I'm actually going to publish this real quick while we're. This is all the stuff that normally happens when Toucan and I are getting this going. But as you see, we are one man shy. Well, now we're one man shy. We were two. And Mr. Toucan's not going to be able to join us tonight. He's getting his beauty sleep or something, so it's okay. No, he had something happen, so he's not going to be able to be on with us. But I'm sure we can handle this ourselves, right? Man to man to man. We'll be good.
Exactly.
Let's see. Jason Tom, already? Really? Already? That's how you enter it? Jason Tom with you. What's up, Brian? How you doing? Oh, boy. And it starts already. Sergeant Major Green's in the chat. So, Papa, Crisper, and that guy. I'm throwing that one. I'm throwing that one right up there. There we go. That's
that guy.
Ed Miranda. Fantastic guy. Absolutely phenomenal guy. Probably Dark Horse 6. Yep. Well, we know, so we can do a little ramble that normally ramble that Toucan and I normally do. We got a few minutes. We kind of let everybody join in. The Wiener Man himself, he's in. It's like I walked. All right, I'll put that one up for you because that's kind of funny. Like he walked into a Cracker Barrel, all right, and then ate the whole place. Come on now, come on, Bowser himself. Wiener's on. There we go. So this is gonna be good. I'm gonna enjoy this. Get a chance to talk about it. Everything that happened. My embarrassing moments.
I think we all have those. We definitely all have those.
I do wish Toucan was on here so I could give him the props that I need to give him. I gave it to him in private as well, but publicly I'd like to. Leo, there you go, buddy. Oh, yeah, I clicked. Here we go. Or Texas Roadhouse. Yes. So, salt isn't a seasoning. I don't even know what that means, Jason. All right. Two more minutes. We'll go ahead and get started. You boys doing okay tonight, though?
Man, I'm great.
Us, yeah.
It's been a good week so far. But short week. I like short weeks.
That's nice. All my weeks are short.
Did y'all take Monday off?
No.
No, it's a work day for me.
Yeah.
We actually had a nice sale on Monday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We Mav, what's going on, buddy? Nick, how you doing? So we got the new place, right? Well,
yeah.
Still waiting for the previous tenant's permit to close before we can actually get our CO and move in.
Right.
But that didn't stop me from previously with the expectation of ordering enough stuff to fill it.
Gotcha.
So over the previous 7 days, I got 2 pallets totaling 722 pounds of inventory in.
Good times.
And it's still short 22 guns, actually. We're still waiting on more to show. And that all showed up into my 540 square foot showroom.
Nice.
So
that's all right.
So we drew a sale.
Our store's tied to the field, so unless we open the field, we don't normally open the store.
Yep.
But now your field, because you've got your outdoor field. How big is your outdoor field?
28 acres.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
We did. I have found a wonderful gentleman. He owns the property, and he has given us what I refer to as a fractional lease,
right?
Where I only pay for what I use.
Yeah.
Because where the property is, like where it's located, and the size of it. If I wanted to buy it, for example, it's for sale right now for $13 million.
Okay, there's that.
So, and we are all aware of how much airsoft does and doesn't pay.
Right.
Yeah, there's no way. Clay, what's going on, man?
Yeah,
that is a lot of D-hop barrels.
Yeah, that would 13 million is a little bit more, slightly out of my reach.
So how does that work structure-wise, like building on property?
So that's the only problem he's asked, because he's had it for sale for a very long time.
Yeah.
And whenever anybody wants to come and see it, things like that, he's asked that we don't build any new structures.
Gotcha.
So there is, now here's the funny thing, there is some backstory to this. And guys, we'll get started, but I guess about this backstory. So 10 years ago, 11, well, they started construction this place like 12 years ago. And it was originally supposed to be a 50 and older nudist colony. Which,
okay,
I'm 51. I don't even like to see myself naked.
right?
I don't need all that in my life.
Right.
So they built what was going to be the clubhouse and in the community, and started clearing fields and stuff like that, and then it fell through. The contract fell through. That's when like housing market collapsed, the whole thing. So it's just been abandoned. Not abandoned. I mean, they've owned it, but it's just nothing's been done to it. So we found
like 2008. That housing crash.
Yeah. 2008 to 2010. Yep. And so so we found it several years ago, and actually Doomsday found it first. They used it one time, and then we picked it up and then lost it, and then we picked it up again. And he's like, "Yep, stay for as long as you can, and we'll whenever, if it sells or anything, we'll see if somebody lets you keep using it." So we do have the one giant structure.
Yeah,
it's like 100 by 100. The building and it's elevated. So we use that for an attack and defend kind of scenarios and bomb scenarios and stuff. But Toucan writes the best games. He absolutely is the best game writer. I love him. Wish he was on here so I could embarrass him. And we have phenomenal props. He's come up with some awesome props. So he makes the games wonderful.
Yeah.
So in lieu of building objectives and building structures, we bring props. We have creative games. So
that's
hey,
cool.
Kaylee, how you doing? Wiener, you're starting too early. Wiener, slow down. Save it for the rest of the stream. I know you're gonna nod off halfway through, so don't worry about it.
Dude, I'm flowing just fine.
Yeah, Brian. Yes, the outdoor will stay open. We are not just going to be an indoor. The outdoor will stay open. We'll stay on the same schedule.
Yeah. We lean pretty hard on Milsim-ish, like open play games.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like we do Black Hawk Down and bomb runs. We have some control games, but we try to, we try to put props in and give them objectives to like work toward. Less just y'all go shoot each other. Trying to give everybody the best of both worlds whenever you can.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we do. We run Milsim-ish and Milsim Light. We try to keep the MEDs accurate, but we allow riflemen to go full auto, but I don't allow full auto even with SMGs any closer than 20 feet.
Right.
So, rifleman class and is basically the same as SMG. They've kind of fallen the same. Anything above that, semi-auto, 60 foot, bolt lock, 100 foot, same thing. So yeah,
we run like ours is only like 13 acres, and then you got the indoor, which is about 20,000.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, we just run one, like we're 155 across the board. At 80 players, we knock it all out. Everybody goes semi at 80 players. Up to that, we allow full auto, but there's rules with it, like everything else. But anyway,
we're
a different monster.
We're gonna do this right
Once
here.
Once it hits 80, I'll leave.
Right? Chris like, nope, 80 people, bro. I'm out.
Let's see. I'm gonna give
that
you
way everybody can go back to full auto. I'm like Hank Hill in that episode. They couldn't fire that guy, so he quit.
Oops.
Most of the time, the players are pretty cool about it. Like, you got some guys that want to run full auto, and I'll open up like LMG full auto. But most of the time, the riflemen are pretty cool.
There you go, guys. What he's talking about is Rats Airsoft in North Carolina. Right. This is a wonderful segue. This is Fat Ninja from Rats Airsoft.
Good being here.
And he was the leader of the U.S. faction at Thunderdome 5 this past weekend. It was weekend and a half ago. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, my legs say
like last
my legs say it was last week. My butt says it was 2 weeks ago.
Yep. It was a week and a half ago, and just above him, this fine gentleman who would give all of his heart and then some to you, all right, Kevin Crisper Walker. He is
What's up, everybody?
Your official title is
Meme Lord.
Chief of Staff.
Chief of Staff. That's what it was. Yep.
Southeast for Lion Claws.
There
Or
you
Meme
go.
Lord.
Or what?
or Meme Lord. We've all also
Meme Lord,
exactly.
Very true. Very true.
I'll wear many hats tonight. One backwards.
So Brian, no, the new place has not been announced as far as the address it goes. It is in North Fort Myers, but we've got 4 to 6 months. I'm hoping it's 4, not 6, before the play area is open. So, but we will be keeping everybody up to date. Crisper is my hero. There you go.
Wiener is my hero.
So we are here to talk tonight about Thunderdome 5. Who won? Who didn't get beat up? And what happened? So I don't know if you guys saw what I posted for this, but I stated publicly it was definitely Banana's on. There we go. There he is. I posted that it was the toughest Thunderdome fight out of all 5 so far. For sure. So Mr. Crisper, I'm going to let you tell us about Thunderdome 5 first, and then we're going to move on from there. So please, if you would tell us about the event, where it was, what it was, how it was, and why it was.
Everybody had a blast. I think finally after 5 games, we've got that AO as playable as it can be. It's a weird tee. I don't think you could build a place that has more funnels and choke points than it has, and without being able to go outside the AO and play at all, it's a meat grinder, and both sides freaking got in there and did their thing.
I agree. So this was the 5th iteration, and halfway through, well, not quite halfway through. So by the 4th one, you changed from cartel versus DEA to U.S. versus USSR oil wars. 80s oil wars.
So we want to use those barrels.
Yeah.
And that worked out a lot better than I thought originally. And also, I'll tell you straight up, when Sal, he was the one that gave me the idea about the tarp wall down the middle, I was like, man, that just seems weird. But everybody loved it. And that just goes to show you that, there's people out here that got way more experience at this than I do. And just because somebody gives me an idea that I don't think will work doesn't mean it's not going to work. And with that model, I think we've tried everything multiple times, multiple different ways. But that tarp seemed to really be cool. The barrels, people enjoy moving those barrels around. So, and this whole event is supposed to be different than a mill sim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, first and foremost, it might have followed standardized Milsim rules as far as minimum engagement distances, things like that. But it was really we didn't go above riflemen, and there was no.
See, that was the only one you weren't at, and that was Thunderdome 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I did allow SMGs, and keep in mind, I've got 7 SMGs. I've got 5 LMGs. I'm a full auto kind of guy. And it broke my heart to have to say no SMGs after Thunderdome 1, but did you think it's a meat grinder with rifles in that place?
Yeah, there were guys who could work that finger pretty well. That on my side and both sides, I was like, hey, slow down. I mean, now if I had been selling BBs at the event, I would have been like, speed up.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, a couple times I thought I'm going to have to make Thunderdome 6 155 joule bolt action only.
Semi-lock 1 second.
Man, these guys and these fingers.
Sure.
Slingshots only. We just bring slingshots.
Yeah, it's. I mean, like I haven't. I don't think I've full autoed a gun at an event in Actually, I don't think since playing any like Milsim events, it just at some point you just stop. I don't, I don't care. I mean, I run SMGs, but I don't. I mean, my SMGs, the mags are so little. Not a 90 round mag. I'm trying to conserve that.
You run the Evo, so that's they say they're 75, but we know it's 60 to 65. I did just get a bunch of the new PTS for mine. So what are they?
Only 110, right? Isn't that what they are?
Yeah, I think it's just 110. So
here we go.
Yeah, I got the new
the whole tri shots.
I've got the G&G MXC and the Gen 3 like MP9.
You got 175s, right?
They're 170 round mags.
Mm-hmm.
Mid cap. I like them. Them pretty.
Now,
I mean, at 170 rounds pre EPM ones,
yep,
you're more rounds than most M4 mid caps.
Yeah.
By 30 rounds.
It's definitely got to be
rounds.
a game changer here and there. That said, the quads are a little finicky. Like if you get that thing dirty, because it's 4 channels in that mag.
Yes. Yep.
If they get dirty, you forget that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta keep the springs right, keep them clean, don't get anything in it. Make sure you don't have like a single. But you got to use HPA BBs. Definitely, if you use anything other than that and they start to swell or oval or anything, the whole mag is done. You got to take the whole thing apart.
Yep.
God bless you trying to put it back together.
It's a thing. But they do make a nice product. I do like their guns and their mags.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, G&G's been one of those things that I like the FAR. To be honest with you, I like the FAR.
So what Nicholas is talking about, I've seen that on the Evo page where the 3D printed lower where you can run M4 mags.
Yep, there you go. We have a couple in circulation down here. Enrique, my guy, he's got them. He has his own 3D printed company, and he's pushed them out. And me personally, I'm not putting one on mine because I don't know if I'm a purist or what have you, but I like the Scorpion with the Scorpion mags.
Right. Yeah. Well, and then like for TCA, it's not an SMG anymore class.
Right.
If you're running a rifleman mag.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
But so how do Christopher, your feel on this? How do you feel start to finish? I know, look, it seemed like we were all incredibly busy leading up to it. I know you had a lot going on. I absolutely had a lot going on. Jeremy, I'm not sure how things were going for you.
Oh, it's always busy on my end, man. Definitely leading up to that too. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So overall, setup went super smooth, man. Jeremy and a bunch of his guys, they built the wall down the middle of the food court. Had some other teams, CCA, help with getting the barrels. It got to one point, one guy, Lomax, was pushing out all those barrels on Friday afternoon late because some of his help kind of flaked on him. And I didn't realize it till he came up to me and he goes, okay, I just got them all put out. I'm just like, what? I thought you would have been done 2 hours ago. He's like, dude, it's just me. Everybody else flaked out. I'm like, man, let me know. I'll get you some more help. But, anyway.
For you guys that don't know, what he's talking about are the big, giant 55-gallon like food drums. Those big
traffic barrel. They're construction barrels.
Yeah, the big, giant. Actually, are they 55s or bigger? But the big round barrels. They're
no, I think they're exactly 55s.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll also have to mention the great staff at Chrono, the volunteer staff.
Yes.
Wiener.
Most of them were actually really, really good. There was an old guy there that was he couldn't read anything and he fell asleep one time at the Chrono. So.
Yeah.
I think Jake from Cranbeth.
Jake from Cran helped.
Yep.
Chi helped.
Yep.
Mark helped. So yeah, New Breed running that with some help of some local players was great.
Yeah.
I am gonna try to have maybe 2 more guys next time. That did seem to be our bottleneck this time. But that's also because we tried to shorten safety brief to not be so long. So that continued to dump some players on Chrono where normally they had like another 10 minutes before they get the next batch.
I think, quick sidebar, I think the best flow of safety brief to chrono I've ever seen and ever been to is Serious Viking. You go in, do your safety brief, they send you over, you get your this, that, and then hop right on over to chrono and then work your way back out. And it's just this perfect flow of 20 to 30 people, and it just keeps rotating. There's never a super long line. But everywhere else, it's just, I mean, when you're talking 200, 300, 400, 500 players.
Yeah, and all showing up at different times. I mean, you work the problem best you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sergeant
It
Major Green.
flowed pretty well.
I appreciate that.
That's except for the girl at sign-in. She just no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, she's at youth tonight, or she would be in here.
You got to watch that free help.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Family business.
So you felt pretty good. It filled up pretty fast. It looked like, I know there was some at the tail end. There were still a couple of tickets left, and they got filled up pretty well.
Yeah. So overall, and especially, so I grade an event on two things. One, how smooth it runs on the backside, and a lot of that stuff is what people don't see. I guess three things. The second thing is what the people actually have to deal with in that registration through chrono. And then third, how the event goes. Mm-hmm. I don't care who you are, you're always going to have a couple salty players on both sides.
Yeah.
But when I have 80 to 90% of the people telling me that they had a blast, this is the best game ever, that's success in my book.
Yep.
They cost CRISPR big time. I definitely agree with that. That's, there's a lot of struggle that a lot of people don't see going into putting on an event. And if they can't tell, even better. If a player shows up and it looks like everything went fine, they have no idea going on in the background. There we go. That's for you. There you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of headache that comes into planning bigger events, and both of y'all know that. Mm-hmm. And then just hoping all the players show up to the field at the right time and play the game, and that dwells on you in the back of your mind when you're doing those things. So
for sure,
I thought the event was I thought it ran really smooth. As far as check-in and processing, I thought you were banging it out, bro.
Cool. Glad to hear. So there's three things you can't control, really. As long as you have even ticket sales, which we did. It was 179 to 180.
Yeah.
Can't ask for more even than that.
Right.
But what you have is Friday nights, you never know who's going to show up. You got people still traveling. They didn't get off work till 5. They're driving in from who knows where. We have people from Canada, Florida, California. So then you have Saturday night. A lot of teams like to go out and eat dinner. A lot of people are a little salty or old like me, and they're like, hey, I'm not playing the night game Saturday, so I can be here Sunday morning.
Right.
And then you have the Sunday morning Evo. Same thing. You got people that got a 12-hour or more drive. So they're like, you know what? We're just going to get on the road. So as far as that goes, you can't control how many green and tan players are on the field Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday morning. So I think that was a big thing for green overall. So tan decimated, I believe, Friday night, Saturday morning, and probably halfway through the afternoon.
Easy now, man.
Green, really? I'm not done, Greg. Settle down. You're the one that asked me to talk. This should be the CEO's talk.
Where's that mute button? Dang.
So, green really started coming on hard after lunch. And by the second half of the afternoon Evo, they were kicking some butt. But for Saturday night, and I have no way to know how many of each side was on there, but you had green, they got the rhythm, but then they didn't have enough people Saturday night. And then Sunday morning at Game On, or at my briefing, I want to say, I didn't count, but dude, my memory was like there were 30 people and 24 of them were tan. At my briefing.
You could look over a sea of tan and be like, oh, there's one of my guys.
There's one over there.
One of my guys, yeah.
One over there. I'll see y'all in the bathroom later.
Exactly.
It was funny. They, like right as everybody started entering, all of a sudden I see a wave of green come. I'm like, last minute, guys, come on.
Yeah.
I
I will say along those lines, like you were talking about, Tan decimating like Friday. So Friday night was probably one of the best Friday nights I've played. Like we fought hard for everything we got Friday night, and Green was just plowing, man. Like it was a blast. Like it was Friday and
definitely a
Saturday morning.
surprising night game. Yeah,
because usually Friday night's kind of like I felt like Friday night was probably the best Friday night game I've played in a minute and a half. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome, Jeremy.
So you go. That was a great segue. So go on a little bit with your initial assessment of the game and how you feel it played and any feedback you got from your guys and stuff like that.
So we thought, we had a blast. The change, where we added to the tarp walls and we changed door 4 where the entrance could be more contested without being shot from like the courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that those things helped that game. Door 4 is always a fight. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Door 4 is a fight. But it was a fight that you could win if you put nades and people in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw that flip all weekend long. Green would take the hall. Tan would take the hall. Green would take the hall. Green would come up behind us from the stairway and wipe out everybody. It was, even though it was a hard take, it was a very contested area. And that's all you can ask for, really, when it comes to that kind of stuff. If it can be taken, rock and roll. One team's not just holding it the whole time. So, I like the barrels. I like moving the barrels. Early on, we had some guys who wanted to play in the basement, and then, they get tired of it. That's fine. It is what it is. So we pulled some personnel from there, and we lost basement points, rightly so. So, Dark Horse was doing work down there, and you had some other guys just murdering it downstairs.
Yeah.
So,
Dark Horse is the tip of the spear for me down in the basement. Absolutely.
And I could have fed bodies to it, but, sometimes the guys don't want to be, and I'm not going to take away from them. Like, they came to play. Let them play where they want. If I can get them downstairs, I'll send them downstairs. Otherwise, I'll feed them to door 4.
I got guys who put them in the right spot, and they're masters of their element. My breaching guys. I got a couple of teams. I definitely got to give this time. Past 2 games, it changed for me with each. This time, Laz showed up with the tryhards, but he only showed up with 5 guys. He had a tight squad, and he would just walk up, Papa, what do you need? That door. Got it. And like that's all it took. And they're grenades in hands, throw, breach, clear. What else do you need? I'm like, man, he was about it this time. He wasn't the only one. I'm just happy to be calling him out on that. But I had, Carolina. I had a lot of guys play super strong this time, and I'm going to give it back to you, but I have to say that because you're absolutely like having those guys set in where they belong.
Yep.
Let them play what they need to play, and they will kill it for you every time.
Yeah, and that's a big part of 1, leading, and 2, knowing who to put in what place, and that's why it's one of the reasons y'all do as well as y'all do. You know exactly where to put. Like Dark Horse, you put them in the basement and put them in the right place in the basement.
Yep.
That's a hard thing to hit. It is what it is.
It's a lot of pounds.
So we like my Reapers, I can point them at about anything I want, and they go do their thing. Jake Garb and them from Cram Beth, man, they just put in work all weekend long. And they've done that for 2 Thunderdomes for me.
They do that anywhere they go.
They do. I point them at problems, and they fix problems. That's just what they do.
Yeah, I attest because they played for me too. And absolutely.
So, between the Reapers and Cram Beth and Dylan's team, Kevin, I cannot remember Dylan and them. Dylan, whatever. Anyway, it's a new team that we played with, and they came down from upstate somewhere, and they were absolutely fantastic. They was a small group, it's like 4 or 5 guys, but they put in work, and he led one of my platoons. And then
let me grab my patches from Because I think
I think
Nick,
he's got
what's
the-
up, buddy?
the spear-
is it
the spear-
United Mercenary Corps?
Mhm.
I think
Has
that
he got
might
a
be
spear
him.
in his hand?
No. Oh,
Because-
or is that the Southern?
Yeah, Southern something.
Um,
So they
all
were
these
new to
team
us,
names start blurring.
and I threw them in. He led Bloody Buckets, one of my platoons, and he was a hammer, dude. They started in the basement Friday, Saturday. They did work, and then he came up top and hung out with me. That said, Friday and Saturday morning, like I felt like I fought for everything I was getting, like hard, you know.
These guys.
No, I don't.
That's because we got 1,500 patches there. Give
Anyway,
me to find them.
Anyway, Saturday afternoon, we fought a little bit. And we lost ground downstairs later in the Evo, and rightly so. Saturday night, we were a little heavy on field, so I pulled some of the guys and shoved them in the stash house because I tried to make them leave and they wouldn't leave. Like I went to the Reapers and I was like, "Look, guys, I was like, if y'all gonna take a break, now's the time." And every one of them started checking in. And they're like, "If you're not coming off field, I'm not coming off. Fine, go sit in the stash house. I'll come see you later." But I can't say enough about not just my guys, but every TAN player. I mean, they really, really showed out. Like they showed up to the gate, ready to play for every Evo, and that was fantastic for me.
I can see what I've gotten to see when you get to play a tight environment like this. You get to see a lot more. If you're in a leadership position at a larger event, you don't get to see all the maneuvering and everything that's happening on the field.
Yep.
Something like this, you get to see it.
Yeah, the mall throws it in your face.
Oh yeah, one of the coolest things I noticed is the infection. If you've got guys that are positive and they're pushing and they're ready to go, it attracts guys and it lifts them up and they want to do that. You got guys that are complaining and shouting and yelling, that bleeds over too. So you have that's
it can be a cancer.
Absolutely,
very much so.
Sure.
Very much so.
Yeah, it absolutely was.
And that's the thing that I love about all these events that we play, especially the ones that we played down at the mall where people see each other so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get killed by this guy. You see him 15 minutes later. He kills you, whatever, right? There's so many times that you get to see that same person and you can sit down and have a conversation while you're dead and be like, man, that was a great play, or this was a great play. And as much as you have players every now and then who are just salty about it, and that is what it is, the overwhelming concept and the overwhelming atmosphere is, man, that was awesome. It's so good to see you out here. I'll see you in 5 minutes. I'll see you in 10 minutes,
Snick, I don't think I see you at all on the field, brother, by the way. I don't think I get to play against him at all on the field. You had Chris Snick. You had he was on, I don't think I got a chance to play it at all on the field against him.
So guys, the chat's going crazy and I don't want to talk over y'all. So if we can pause for just a second, because I gotta tell Snick hi, I gotta tell Edward Miranda hi. Sergeant Major Green. I didn't think Whitehorse was even there this time. If they were, no one came up and said hi to me. They were definitely there at Thunderdome 4. Who else? Clay. Good to see you. Everybody else. My favorite Elron Oyembembe.
I did, but I didn't know it.
So, how's everybody doing tonight? Awesome. Turn it back over to you guys.
There we go. This time I gotta say, again, to hop onto your point, the only thing I did different this time was I told all my guys, hey, we got the ever loving crap beat out of us last time. Like like they found out we talked bad about your mom or something, and that's just what happened last time. We really did not bring that level of energy. This time I was like, guys, he is going to show up doing even more than last time. The only way we have a chance is to bring that also. Everything else we can do as well, but I don't care how tactical or technical you are. If you're not matching the level of aggression, it's just going to get steamrolled over. And I don't feel like we got steamrolled over this time.
No.
Y'all definitely learn. And we were talking earlier today on the phone, me and Jeremy. So first of all, I'd rather go to an event. Now, granted, everybody wants to win, right? But take the win out of the picture. I'd much rather go to an event and have a blast and lose than win and have a crappy time. And I've been to a couple of events that we won, we slaughtered the other side, but it wasn't fun at all.
Yeah.
So I think Thunderdome 5 definitely everybody had a blast. And like, man, those scores being, I think it's 1,300 point difference.
Right.
I would have never called that Saturday night.
We're getting there. We're gonna get there.
Or Saturday afternoon. Sorry, am I jumping ahead?
And that's another thing. Like, it's like Christopher said, we both want to win, but really, I mean, we've all played a bunch of mill sounds, a lot of mill sounds. How many of them have you went and played and been like, 10-1 3 days later? You don't really care.
Yeah.
If you had a good time, even if you lost and had a good time, if you got in a good fight, because you're not talking about who won or lost most of the time. You're talking about the stories. Man, I took this hallway, or I took that hallway, or I got owned on this corner. I mean,
this so far has been the only event that I can say, like any other event I go to, any other airsoft event I go to, where I can talk about the fun I had with my team.
Yep.
This event, I can talk about the fun I had with both sides, not the rest of my entire team, but both sides. Like Clay was saying, he and I got shot several times together, and we're just laying there. What's going on, man? How you doing? No,
Right.
Doug, he's shooting you. Like just chatting away, having a great time. You and I, after every Evo, I'm jumping in your arms. Like that's.
There's nothing better.
Absolutely, what it should be, how it should be, and in this is the only one I've been to.
Exactly, Brian.
Like that. Yep.
So hey, I wanna point or give each of y'all a little praise. So long story short, if I can draw a little painting here, setting this up, my first and I'm really stretching this, calling it a mill sim. My first big event was back in March of 2016 in Burlington, North Carolina. It's called Op Blind Man. After the fact, I knew people in airsoft, but I wasn't on a team. I'd just done local field play, which was at the time it was Airsoft R Us, I believe was the name, which is a little field in Graham. And you would have thought I was geared up for a Milsim West game. I had so much stuff on me, and 5 minutes into Saturday morning, my goggles fog up, and long story short, I had a horrible experience. And to me, I think the game was like $85 or $100 or something, and I'm like, I am never spending that much money. I'm just going to go and spend I think it was like $15 back then to play at Airsoft or Us, or even Cool Combat at the time was open, but that's a whole other story. But long story short, I had a horrible time. I wasn't with the team, and I never went to another big event until Chris Snick begged me to come to Stonebreaker 2019, which I did, had a blast. And I've been hitting multiple events every year since then. And God's given me some insane favor, opened some doors, and I've got a ton of friends now. And where I'm going with all this is, in the planning groups, I saw several people that were like, hey, I don't have a team. I'm by myself. And y'all took them under your wing and gave them an experience. And that's for this business, this community to grow. We have to realize there are people out there that don't have 10 years of experience doing this, that have no clue, just because these rules are second nature to us. Because let's face it, most of the promoters, give or take, 85 to 90% of the rules are the same. They just got a couple little tweaks on them. But we have to put ourselves in those people's shoes that, like, they've never done this before. Maybe they only play at a field that one jewel semi-auto 30-foot MED is all they're used to, and they're not used. Stonebreaker 2019, I remember the first time I got shot up on the hill in front of the jock, I immediately turned around and started walking back to respawn. Why? Was I trying to cheat? No, that's just what was programmed in me from local field. You get hit, you go right back to respawn. And the second time I did it, I took about 3 steps. I'm like, oh crap, I got to sit here and bleed out. But we have to help these newbies. And they might even not be a newbie. They might have been playing at their local field for 10 years and not playing any major events. And we got to realize, hey, things are kind of different when you step up to the big boy leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say my game is a big boy league at all, but the rules are different, and we got to, make sure they're having a good experience.
And
Customer satisfaction.
along that same thing, I mean, there were 70 players across both teams that were brand new to something like this.
I think the final number actually was 134.
That's so freaking
and
cool.
I think a big chunk of those were on green.
Yeah.
Because Jeremy, you filled out all the tan with rats.
Some of those rats guys were new.
There's like 200 Reapers on a team, something like that. I don't know.
I filled up a platoon with Reapers.
That's all right though. I mean, it's guys following you to where you're going.
Well, there he is. That's Mr. Barrels from Friday, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He is a beast, and I feel so bad
that
everybody freaking left him. Those players that left him are banned from future events. So.
I do want to say that, this was, we went to events and we've rolled, 15 or 20 guys or whatever, and those are so much fun. Dude, I got to play with doggone near 30 of my Reapers, my brothers, people that are family. And if for anybody that doesn't know, regardless, whether you're playing with 1 friend, 2 friends, 4 friends, or 30 friends, if you're not playing it with a couple guys that find a couple guys, because that is some of the best times you're just going to have. Just a couple dudes to hang out with, go eat with afterwards, run around with, and have fun with. The friends you make on an airsoft field are just different. That is what it is.
And that's don't be scared to say, hey, this is my first event. I've never done anything like this. And I think 98% of the players will go, dude, come run with us. We're fixing to show you a blast.
Yeah, we're going to shove you in door 4. I'll see you in a minute.
Trial by fire right there. Absolutely. Make a buddy is literally my second rule on my field. We are all there doing the same dumb thing. I've said this so many times. We're all there being stupid. Let's be stupid together. Nobody here is any better in mind than anybody else. You all chose to do this really dumb thing. Let's have fun doing it. Hey,
so Leo, I got to ask, what would you like to? First of all, what's RTFM? I'm a civilian.
Read the.
And what would you like to see? What?
Read the effing manual or player pack. So what he's saying is.
So what would you like in a player pack?
Oh no, he's complimenting you because he's kind of going off of what you said. You were saying, follow the rules, know the rules, things like that. He's telling people read the manual or the player pack when it comes out. Yeah.
Because I try to do a great job of that in the planning pages, and I hope all the players got in the planning pages.
Not all of them, but
awesome, Sam.
Yeah. It was the overall game. This was definitely the best. The separation of with the barricades down with the tarping, way better this time for sure. And it definitely there was no way anyone can say, oh, they had the better spawn or they had the better. It was perfectly even all the way across. Every movement was just as difficult as any other one on the field. Having to get around the tarps made it so much cooler, forced you to actually make that breach. Every turn, you weren't just playing in an open area. If that's all you did for the game, you didn't enjoy it. You didn't get the full experience. If you just sat back 400 feet, poking out of a store doing one of these, you didn't get the whole experience.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I got to see a lot of guys push. You guys heard me say this before. At an event like this, or getting ready to go to Six Flags, same idea. When I get to dress like an idiot and go out there and entice fun, You know, that's the whole. Like, I'm trying to encourage fun at this one. Your guys, and I know I said this, but I'm trying to make it uncanned as possible. But we were in a store, and there was someone who was looking out one of the glass like this. He's poking fun. Let me take a look. And as soon as I stepped into the glass area, like 4 or 5 of your guys saw me, turned, and just started lighting up the whole. I mean, just BBs through the whole thing. I'm like, damn. I'm like, oh, and I step out and start shooting. He steps back in. They don't shoot at him. He steps out. I step back in, and again, just a wall of white comes. Like, I'm like, holy shit! It was, which I liked. Number one, there was no extra points for killing you or me.
No,
You know, there was nothing. But
no.
but they saw me, and it was like, get him. I'm like, yes, get him. That's exactly what it should be.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it was so awesome. And every area you could go to, doing some jumping up on the countertop, sliding over it, doing stuff like that. It's you take your own, you take your legs at risk, but it's kind of worth it because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I think between Christopher's attitude, your attitude, my attitude, we're there standing up, go, guys, relax, let's have some fun. You know, and that's really what happened. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate that.
I had one kid. This is just a little funny story, a little quick one. I had one kid. He was new. I don't think he'd ever played a milsim. He was fairly new. He was fairly young. I would put him in the in the teens, right? Maybe 17, 18, in that area, right? And he was just running around with a pistol. Like, he had put his rifle down, and he was just like, I'm going to go kill such and such. And he was just running around with a pistol. And he came over there, and he was talking to me. And I was like, what you doing? And he's like, I'm gonna go over shoot somebody with a pistol. If I can't shoot him with a pistol, I'm going to die, and I'm going to try again. I was like, okay, well, my buddy Lomax was standing beside me. He wanted to put the barrels out. Lomax is standing beside me. And I pull a grenade out of my mini grenade pouch, and I hand it to him. I was like, go kill somebody with this grenade. I was like, even if you have to run in the room, I was like, just don't kill your team.
Oh, no.
And I look at Lomax. He runs off. He's giddy. Like, he is excited. I look at Lomax. I was like, he's going to kill our team. You know that, right?
Yep.
Lomax is like, oh, yeah. He's definitely killing our team.
So can I address Brian real quick?
Yeah, please.
So it's not set in stone. It looks like summer of 2025, the mall is getting demolished. We're hoping to have an event January, February, waiting on some friends to see exactly when they're going to have their event because I don't like to step on top of them. But planning groups usually don't start up until a month or so out. But I will do better this time as soon as tickets go live, say a week or two, because we're really good about OPSEC on those and not letting other players in. So once I have a decent size roster, I'll go ahead and open those planning groups so y'all can get in and start planning. And keep in mind, all the real OPSEC stuff happens in chats on the back end. Mm-hmm. So if someone does happen to get in there, they're seeing the same info that I'm posting in each group about how dark it is in the mall during the day and at night and so on and so forth. And then y'all are getting your platoons, for lack of better terms, for the mall game all up in there. But yeah, Brian, hopefully, what is it now? September, yeah.
So hopefully, you got 9 months, 8 months, whatever.
4 months. You got to think we're talking.
When is it?
February.
Summer of 2025.
October, November. No, that's when they're demolishing it. Then we're talking about January, February.
I thought you said that you had that long until it. No. Okay, no, you got time. Yep. So 4 months.
So speaking of planning pages, that was another thing I thought was really cool about this event. Like, normally the planning pages are you work really hard to fill those things. I probably had I had nothing less than 80% of people in groups talking and planning. You know, even like 2 and 3, 4 weeks out, like as soon as we started opening pages, I had nothing less than about 80% of the people in group doing their thing. And not just like my guys. I mean, my guys are going to be in there. They have to. But I'm talking like randoms and just, you know, your regular teams, and they're asking questions like, "Hey, I have nods. Can I be in the basement?" Yes, I have a group for you. You know, so I don't know what your experience was on green, but I was really impressed with how well they actively wanted to be included.
This time, I had so much going on personally, which was a mistake, that I had to, like, Toucan had to fill in for me in some of the stuff, or I had to sit down and I would write a huge, like, dissertation and then send it out there and try to get guys to read that. We had I probably had 50 to 60% participation. But when we did a video as well. I did a live stream,
Nice.
Q&A and all that, because I knew that my days were filled. So if I could pick one time in a day and give everything I could, then it would be okay. And it was halfway. You know, there were some guys that they were like, you know, we had a hard time getting info. That was my fault. That's 100%. You know, absolutely my fault. We made up for it, but definitely my fault. I know your level of organization, especially because you have so many guys, even outside of the Reapers, you've got so many guys that are so familiar with you, and you know, playing more than just Thunderdome with you and things like that. So it was,
and that helps a ton every time.
Yeah.
You know, I set up my platoons, and then the platoon leaders set up their own chats, and like I have a meeting with my platoon leaders, and they pass it out.
Mm-hmm.
It works exceptionally well. Like the guys do their job.
There's another segue. So the winner, the CEO of the winning team, Jeremy, took the win, just over 1,000 points, about 1,300 points. So 74 and change. Oh yeah, no, I joked at the and I know better than to make jokes at raffles. I've made one before and people thought I was serious. I'm never serious. Don't ever take me serious.
Right.
You know, it was 74 and change to 73 and change, about 1,300 point difference, which come to find out was literally a golden barrel if I had held it, or something of that sort. Could have definitely been the difference.
Or 7 minutes
we had
on
to
one of the boxes.
We had to work for that stupid one.
It was, but the entire, when we were fighting, it was a fight. Period.
Yes.
Everywhere we went, it was a fight. There was no more. I didn't have guys coming back. This time, like last time, the guys, we just can't make it through. We just can't make it through. Go push, and they did this time. Then nobody came back and said we just can't make it through. Bangham, what's up, baby?
Hey, Bangham.
Yeah, they fed bodies to door 4. They fed bodies to the stash houses. Yeah. Every time we turned around, we were having to. If we lost ground, it was tooth and nail to get it back every time.
Yeah, it was definitely worth the fight, and I got out of it exactly what I asked for. Was all I did. If we get beat, that's fine. Just don't get beat up, and we did not get beat up this time.
No.
It was a 12-round. You know, went almost to the decision. Like it was.
It wasn't a Mike Tyson first round knockout.
No, not this time. No, it really was a phenomenal fight, and I appreciate it immensely. And the camaraderie across the net. You know, just both teams. It was airsoft, so that happened. You know, but that happened so few and far between, comparatively speaking, especially this time, where it is so easy for it to happen in a tight environment like that.
Oh yeah,
super easy.
It breeds it. It's a tight AO. It's a dimly lit AO. So for those toxic players, you know, that's their perfect place. You know, it's hard to call hits when it's dark and you can't see them. But I just want to say a couple things. Guys, y'all are the most amazing COs I've had, and I've had a bunch. Y'all both just knock it out of the park. I want to thank my staff, which is all volunteer, that helped me, because without them, this event wouldn't be anywhere like what it is. And I just want to thank every one of them. Also, the vendors that were there, Mark and Stephanie on the go, greatest people you'll ever
Always
meet.
fantastic.
Bend over backwards.
Fantastic. Love those guys.
Airsoft junkies with the air, the guns, the BBs, the boom.
Yeah.
Chair Milsim. I think Sam sold out of grenades. Chair was almost sold out Saturday afternoon. They left, went home, and made up a ton more and brought it back for Sunday. Core Night Vision with their night vision rentals.
Yep.
Smoking Aces, the food truck, man, their food is just amazing. Am I missing anybody? The players on both sides. And I keep forgetting, I got to take a picture Saturday morning of all the people that are out there. Because I get all these pictures of me up there, but not of all the players that are gathered. Bailey asked, what events am I playing next? If I can take a second. So next event, I'll be green for Veterans for Airsoft's Battle at Six Flags. And this is probably going to be the most relaxed you will ever see me. I got wide open throttle and asleep. And to be in an event that I'm not part of command, I'm not part of the event organizer, the stress level should be non-existent. I should just be out there running, gunning, and looking for work. So that's my next event. October, we got Crossbones, Third Coast Airsoft, Milledgeville, Georgia. I think it's October 20th, 22nd. It's like the third weekend in October. November, I can't think of anything off the bat. I could be wrong. December first weekend is going to be Serious Viking, Third Coast Airsoft on green at Perry, Georgia at Guardian Centers. The next weekend will be at Black Ops Airsoft in Fayetteville for Cryptic City 7, Valkyrie Airsoft.
Now you're getting out a lot this year.
I know.
Are you green or tan on that one for Cryptic?
Cryptic, I'm going to be an admin. I helped Brennan out with his event, so
we're running green with Micah and them for that one.
Gotcha, cool. Is Cran running with y'all?
Yeah, Cran's running with us.
Okay, then Ellison will be running with y'all.
Yeah, I think I talked to Ellison. He said he could. Yeah, he's with us. Stick with us. So and then we'll be.
Y'all. And if y'all don't know Ellison, he's my 9-year-old that loves airsoft.
Oh yeah, he does.
And
awesome.
Unfortunately, when I'm running an event, I can't be with them, and these guys take them under their wing and let them get some kills in.
Oh, it ain't no taking him. I'll put that boy up front. He's scared.
Door 4.
I was like, go to green. You can't go to green. You're mine.
Yeah, he wanted to run. He's like, I want to run with Papa
that
on Sunday,
Yep.
but he only ended up running like 30 minutes, and then he was tired, man.
That was your 1,300-point loss, Papa.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what that was. Is Ellison tell him he got to play all day.
One of the luxuries of homeschooling is he's a night owl. So him getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning to get there with me definitely drains those batteries.
Yeah. No, he's a great kid.
Thanks,
man.
Clay. I appreciate that.
You
Said that.
Jeremy, you going to Six Flags or no?
I am going to Six Flags. I was not going to make it, and Freddie reached out, and so I'm rolling.
That's awesome.
We are not rolling deep. We're rolling like 8 guys, and this is the most, kind of like Christopher was saying, except a different level. Usually we go like dedicated, like we go to play, we go to have a good time, we go to,
what he's trying to say is they're just going for the Louisiana food.
We're going for Louisiana's food, and I'm gonna find a haunted house and shoot some green, and like we're gonna have comms so we can find each other. That's about it. So, but we're going down to have a good time and see the guys and support VFA, and I'm bringing one of the mall rocket launchers that Elite Force just made.
Mm-hmm.
We've got that for their raffle, so I'm bringing that.
Okay,
down.
okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna put the shark jaws on the side of it, like old fighter plane.
Yeah, the P-40 Warhawk.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hook him up for his raffle. And
I think I actually got a patch of that in this box. Now that you said that,
Of course he does.
Of course I
No,
do.
you got a passport? No.
I can't give away.
I was at Thunderdome.
I can't give away what I'll be doing at Six Flags, but trust me, it's just every bit as dumb, if not more dumb, than
Sorry, it's just a Spitfire a Messerschmitt,
Yep.
and a P-51 Mustang. I'm sorry, I was wrong. These came in while I was out of town at Thunderdome.
No,
I got to get back into doing my patch haul pictures.
Six Flags is like we just want to hang out with the guys and go shoot. And, I'm not going to. I've
It's
let a couple
bro soft.
I want to piss off.
Bro soft.
It's chill soft.
Yep.
I can't remember if that was Owen that won the gun or if it was one of Brandon's cousins.
So Owen won one, and then we gave the kids all the Reaper tickets as we were cleaning.
Right.
So we took that gun and put it in a raffle at Rats. We're giving it to a rental player.
Nice.
Cool.
So squaring it up, bro.
So
how is it 8 o'clock already?
I know, right? It goes by so fast.
Way too fast.
As always, I had a blast. I sweat so bad at this thing, and I can't believe Blackbeard put that thing on. By the way, those of you that don't know or weren't there, I always give away all my stuff. Anything that I run with, I give away. So I gave away the shotgun, the STR-12, which that little dude, he was ecstatic about that.
Yes.
And I gave away, obviously, the bodysuit. And all weekend, I used to have to hang it up. All weekend, I would sweat so bad through all of that cotton that the outside shirt would soak. That's how much I was sweating that thing. You're like, oh, you should be okay. No, I'm not okay. There's no pad. It's loose cotton, so it's not padded.
Right.
I think that it's almost gone now.
It looks much better than it did Sunday.
It's and that's a week later, But the padding isn't there. I'm glad I didn't get shot in the back at all because there's nothing back there at all. It was just so hot. And Blackbeard, when he won it, he was so excited too. He came bounding up. That's why I do it. I love seeing those guys like, I get to win that thing. I'm like, you're disgusting. But, somebody won the beret and the beard, which was cool.
So real quick to Jake, who apparently just dialed in. So we were giving you mad props about Chrono, about the work y'all did out on the field. And now that I think about it, if y'all saw those 3D printed, basically Thunderdome 5 patches, the CO's got 2 big ones. The XO's got little ones.
Yeah, the XO's got some small
and I was blessed with a big one.
Yeah. There you go.
But Jake made these. So thank you for all your hard work there, Jake, and your team.
Yeah, Jake, you and your team are epic on the field every time. I love playing with you guys. I don't like playing against you as much as I like playing with you.
I wouldn't mind playing with him. I played against you.
But like I said, that's not just something Cran does at Thunderdome. Any event, dude, they're the guys going, where do you need us? What do you want us to do? And boom, they're gone, and they do it, and they're back in 5 minutes. Like, what do you need now?
Yep. It's awesome working with great teams. It's awesome working with anybody that's willing to do that. But there are some fantastic people in this sport that do just that.
Yeah, I TD3 the Thunder. I didn't actually get out there and play though. I
wanted to ask you. This is the first Thunderdome you've actually got out there on the field for the majority of the game. How was it versus sitting back in spawn trying to herd the cats?
So it's completely different. When I was Cartel CO, I was able to move around. I had the radios out like a lot
Night, Augie.
And I kept grabbing guys and like, turn around and go, and it was a lot different. The last time it did not play out the same way. But last time there was a lot of kinks being worked anyway for Thunderdome 4. This time, getting out there, being able to be right, the last 45 minutes of Thunderdome 4, I got out and played, maybe last hour, and I realized this is where I need to be. This is what I need to be doing with it. And it going back, 30 minutes ago, we talked about the infection. Get out there, people see me, I'm like ready to push. They're like, "What? Oh yeah, let's go." They saw me out there like that, and they wanted to push with me. That was the cool part. Of course, Clay will tell you there were also times where I'm like, let's move up, and I would go up and I'd be clearing guys out, and pop, 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 pop. Then I get shot, and guys are just up there laughing their asses off. Nobody followed you, and nobody followed me. I'm like, come on, I am this big. I am so little, and
Dude, if I had $1
so much more
for every time I see a grenade go in somewhere, go boom, and nobody follows it in,
Right?
Yes, for sure. For
be
sure.
rich.
I like being up front
Good
with
night,
the guys.
Edward.
I enjoy it. And we just try our best to have good comms. And Thomas and a couple of other guys, Thomas Schoaf, he is vital to everything we do on field because he's standing on my 6 the entire time. If I feed myself to a door to push the guys, he's standing there waiting to res me and be like, all right, he's dead again. I'll let you know what he needs in a minute. But, dude, I enjoy – I don't like hanging at the back as much. I want to be up there with the guys hanging out. But, at this event, it works that way. At other events, not so much.
Yeah, you got to be at other events. And I definitely compared this to when I got a chance to run Chaos at GTI for Stonebreaker. Way different feel.
Right.
Slow down, command and control. You can still be on the field, but watch what's going on. And
Yeah.
This is because, again, we talked about the tight quarters.
Yeah.
You can do that. I could actually, 40 guys left and right. I could be like, all right, you're moving over there. You go over there on 3, 2, you count it down.
Yep.
And you can make a move. You're not doing that on, 140
No.
1,000 acres, whatever it is.
It takes 45 minutes to get where you got to go.
You were Chaos Command, right?
Up there.
It's Stonebreaker Chaos Command.
I was, yeah. Yep, Chaos Command.
And then y'all played on green at Stonebreaker too, didn't you, Jeremy?
The guys that went did, yes. I had 4 or 5 guys play.
Yeah, because Thomas took his truck, used it as a technical.
He did. Thomas went down and took his truck. He was moving people around.
Brandon L. Swaim.
No. It what is this one? This event, I would keep going. It's tough. There's going to be attrition to the event because some guys are like, okay, well, I've played it enough. Right. It's a mid-sized mall. But if you have the kind of fun like what you and I have,
yep,
it's almost a hangout. I want to keep. I don't mind playing CO. I want to get, but sometimes the responsibility of CO, where you could go to lunch instead.
Right. Right. I want to go to dinner with my guys.
But you didn't miss a meal, did you?
No, we just had a late meal. What was it? Saturday night. For your birthday.
Oh yes, that was that was interesting.
They sang him all 3 verses of Happy Birthday. It was awesome.
I'll send you the video later, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I saw Crisper downstairs at the lunch break, and I walked up there and I was like, I need a longer lunch. He's like, you come to play airsoft or eat? I said, I can't do both. No, it's a lot of fun, man. And the kinship, the friendships, that's it. That's where it's at. It is.
Absolutely. And it's if you play it right, you don't just make friends with the guys to your left and your right. You can make friends with all of them.
Yep.
See guys that I barely know. Papa, I got you. I'm on your 6th.
Okay.
Let's do it then. Let's go. As long as you promise you're on my 6, don't tell me you aren't, and I go in and you ain't there no more. That's the story. Yeah, I got you from over here. No, that doesn't work for me.
There's a video of me turning a corner and there's a bunch of guys standing there talking and they're like, "We need to hit door 4. We need to hit door 4." It's like, well, come on, I'll hit it with you. Let's go hit door 4. So you see me walk out there and die.
I have to interrupt for a second. My wife never comes down here when I'm on a stream, but she's coming to bother me now.
Okay.
So, hello.
No, and I didn't mean that like it's an emergency, but she knows how much I care about y'all. So,
but we're 10 minutes over time, so it's
what
okay.
These dorks doing?
Really, that's what it was. I'm like, I need to talk to my husband. He said he'd be done by 8.
No, yeah, we are 10 minutes over time, and that is this one just seemed to flow very well. So, anything? Any
Don't
last thoughts?
stop
Anybody
on
wants?
account of me.
No. You did a great
We've been
thing of
talking about
reminding
getting
us.
off for the last 10 minutes.
Get off.
So Jeremy, you got anything?
Man, I
You're
love
the
you
big
guys.
square?
That's what I got to say. I love you guys, and I love
Absolutely.
this sport, and I love tan and green, and I can't wait to do it.
I thought he was gonna say I love Tanner.
Mr. Crisper, you got anything
Hey,
for us?
I just gave my shout outs to everybody 5
All
minutes ago. So, but thanks to my staff, my volunteer staff, thanks to a lady Crisper. That's what Clay is calling you. Thank you for both of y'all being great COs. Thank you to all the players for being amazing players and having fun at this event. Because at the end of the day, it takes a lot of time away from my family to do this stuff, and I'm doing it just for them to have a good time.
Yep. And guys, for me, Crisper, thank you very much. Jeremy, I'd love to play with you sometime.
Yes.
I'll play against you anytime you want, though. It was absolutely fantastic. Again, I know I can count on a good fight. My guys, your guys, it was phenomenal. 350 or 300, almost 360 players.
Yeah, whatever 179 and 180.
Yeah. So 359 players.
350 players.
359.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was absolutely every one of them absolutely fantastic, wonderful time, and I look forward to the next one. Every single one of these things, whether it's LARPing or milsim, which I got to try a true milsim one of these days, but I'll give it a shot. I can't quit it. I just keep getting bigger. And Jeremy, I'm gonna have to get with you, get some tips and pointers and insight on anything you got for running the indoor. I got thoughts, but I never hurts to ask questions.
Come away with bruises. That's
Hey, and Katrina, thank you so much for the more canned goods. I promise I will have some jars back to you next event.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, from everybody here, guys, thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
Awesome
and
time.
we'll catch y'all next time.
Have a good night.